I request Dr. Patrick Rajkumar, chief guest of this evening, to kindly address the gathering.
When the theme was presented, I just turned and saw big smile on everybody's face. Now when I'm back, everybody's again very sad. And sister was very sympathetically telling me, "Sir, we reduced your video because, there's a lot of speeches." I was just thinking, sister, if I reduce my speech and put the video, I have to do justice for sister who called me, and students, I know there are a lot of prizes to be won, and you're waiting to celebrate your graduation day with your parents and your loved ones. This water, we players and coaches are used to drinks break, so I just brought it along with me. It's not that I'm going to speak for us. Having said this, very good evening, Sister Nirmala, the principal of the school, Father Anthony Michael, the other sisters fraternity of St. Joseph Taps, and the students. I will try to also say a few goody stories and try to reach the message that I'm called for to address things. There was this Wilt Chamberlain, a tall 7 feet basketball player belonging to the ages of 1960s, playing the NBA. And he was one of the first players in the NBA to score 30,000 points. Those of you players, my sister said there are a lot of players here, so I suppose you'll understand when I say basketball scoring 30,000 points is not a joke. And he was the first player in March 1962 to score 100 points in a basketball match. I have seen many basketball matches, and both the teams' points put together will not even reach 100. And this fellow was an excellent player who reached 100 points only himself. And his average was 30 points every game. And a fantastic player of the NBA. But he had a weakness. The free throw. In a basketball, if a foul is conducted within the D, player gets a free throw. A free throw is something when you get to throw the basket without any disturbance. No player will block you. Nobody will be there. Only you are there. 15 feet, that's all. And you just have to basket this. A player whose average was about 30 points every match, who scored 100 points in one game, 30,000 points, his biggest weakness was his average in free throw was below 50%. He could throw from any part of the ground. 3-pointer, 2-pointers, anybody can block him, he will basket. But his weakness was when free throw was given, his conversion level was less than 50%. I guess that's what life is all about. When you are faced with challenges, your best comes out. A great player like that could not throw a free throw because there was no challenges for him in front of him. Okay. And most of the times we complain, that we have challenges, we have this pandemic, we have this, we have that. But we need to rise above all this. And our best comes out in the adversaries. You will always see that your best part, your best score, your best life, your best story, your best cooking, your best song, your best music comes out in the most difficult times. So don't get scared by the difficult times that you get in your life. Okay? Easy things don't make you a big champion. So there's always the tough things that makes. Now the question is, when you say tough things and hard work and adversaries, how much do we work on? I'll go back to this age-old discussion on quality versus quantity and all that. This is a continuous discussion, which is better. And I was reading about one of these I went about reading and I just found this whole discussion about quantity and quality coming back again in a new dimension. And this is about a ceramic class wherein the students were doing pots in ceramics, okay? And the teacher came and said, okay, students, I'll divide two groups, one this side and one this side. The students asked, why? And teacher said, okay, I want to see the best quality pot, okay? And this side people will do quantity of pots. That means you will do as many pots as possible and will judge which is the best quality pots that has come out. And they say, you make the best quality pots. You concentrate on only quality, not on quantity. At the end of the competition, the teacher declares the winner as the best quality pots. Any guesses who got it? Quality? Surprising, the teacher got the best pot from the quantity side, not from the quality side. And they did a study and found why this happened. Because the people who were concentrating on quality were only planning how to make the best pot. How to get the best design. They spent the whole time planning, thinking, designing. Whereas this side people started making pots after pots after pots. And at the end of 50, 60 pots, they got the best pot. It's never a clash between quality versus quantity. The new theory is that quantity leads to quality. If you want best marks, if you want to be best, work hard. There is no sitting and planning. How will I study? How will I get 100 marks? How will I get the best rank? Sitting and planning will not get you to the best things. Make mistakes. Work hard. Once, twice, thrice. The board exams are coming. Not only exams, your life is there. You can't wait and plan and say, I will become the best teacher. I will become the best player. In the AC room, you cannot sit and discuss how to become a best player. You've got to spend time in the field. Time after time, work harder and harder. Quantity time, then it will lead you to quality. Okay? So that's my second aspect that I want to share with you. The third is, many times, what happens? People don't do things because they think, what will people think? This is the most common factors I found with my own players. I found with a lot of people, my own students, colleagues, everywhere. What will people think? It's the biggest problem. Now coming back to my first story, Wilt Chamberlain, I told you he was a great player. So he had this problem of, conversion level, 50% conversion free throw. He went about seeing how to improve this, his conversion level. Because he's a great player, can't throw a free throw, so he went doing research. And then he found there was another player called Ricky Berry. He was also an NBA player. And his conversion level was 89 to 90% free throw. Conversion level was 90% almost, sometimes 87% average. So he went and studied how he does and all that. And he had this very unconventional method of throwing free throw, which is called as, he used to take the ball and put it in between his thighs and then throw it from down. It was legal, legitimate. It's not an illegitimate throw, it's a legitimate throw. And it was called as a granny's style. Granny style. Old style. So Wilt Chamberlain started adopting this, somehow he said, okay, let me adopt it. Surprisingly, his conversion level went up to 70%. 28 of the 32 free throws he threw converted into points. Again, back to greatness and superb performance and 80% conversion of free throw, and he became very successful. But then the problem is, did he continue with that? Because it was a granny style, Ricky Berry style. And so what he did, after a few days or few seasons, he went back to his old style. I said, no, I will not copy this. I will do my own style of doing it. And his conversion level again came down to below 50%. So people asked him, why you did not take that? And he said, I felt very silly and sissy. What will people think? That I'm copying Ricky Berry's style. Many a times in life, what we do is looking good ahead of being effective. What will people think? Okay? Placing or pleasing people will not take you any place. You can never please people. Okay? What will people think? You will never be able to do anything new in your life. You will never be able to succeed in your life if you're thinking about what will people think. Will Chamberlain, success rate went up to 80%. Is it not good? It's an effective method which makes you a great player. Conversion level is 80% to 90%. And then you don't have the audacity, you don't have the simplicity, you don't have the humility to accept that I have learned from somebody else a particular method and that gives me success. What's wrong in it? Many a time we do things because we want to look good. People should say, oh, he's very non-controversial. He's very simple fellow. He doesn't hurt people. You don't want to place your views and opinions. And especially studying in a Christian institution like this, you must put forth your views. Stand up for things that you want to say. People will say many things. Am I afraid to put forth my points and views? That's why I tell you must differentiate between dream and ambition. Ordinary students can have ambition. You want to become a doctor, you want to become an engineer, you want to become a lawyer, actor, chef, army officer. These are all ambitions. But people going out from these portals must have dreams to change the place, to contribute to the environment, to contribute to afforestation, to fight for women's rights, to fight for a cause. These are dreams. Don't confuse yourself with ambition and dreams. You don't have to dream to become a doctor. You can study to become a doctor. But to fight for a cause, to stand up and to say this is what I stand for, the values. So many speakers, they said, give back. What are you giving back? Father Mark was telling you. To give back to society. How do you give back to society? You have to stand up. If there's something good, take it, learn. The values that you're learning from here are not to make you simple doctors and lawyers who take dowries, engineers who build bridges which breaks up, no quality. And we have plenty of doctors and engineers and all those people who don't do anything for the society. They do only for them and for the family. What difference are you who going from these portals of this school? You must have a dream that I will change India. I will change this concept. I will bring this. I will bring that. And I will be the, fulcrum of change and things like that. Okay. Finally, let me tell you another goody story and wind up. One of the girls like you was walking down one of these halls which was full of pictures, galleries, and sculpture work was going on. So the girl was walking down and seeing every sculpture that was there. She was admiring every pictures and art and sculptures and all that. Then suddenly her eyes falls on one of the statues that's being made there. And she goes and looks at these statues and it's a statue and she was admiring and all that. Then suddenly her eyes went up and saw a sculptor working on another statue, which was very similar to the one that she was watching. So curiosity makes her go to this man and says, "Sir, what are you doing?" He says, "I'm doing a sculpture of a statue. But I see some similarity between the one which is down and the one you're doing." He says, "Yes, little girl, I was doing this first and if you closely watch that statue which is down, there's a small scratch beneath the eyes. girl goes back to see if there is any scratch and all that. And first time she doesn't see it. So when he closely goes, she sees that, okay, we're wearing specs and all, and goes and sees, and she says, yeah, there's a small scratch on this. And she says, what are you making this statue for? He says, I'm paid very heavily to make this statue. This will be in the central hall of the city, in a podium of 40 feet. They're going to keep the central city, the whole city is going to see this statue. And she says, okay, and you, what did he say? 40 feet podium? Yes, 40 feet podium. Sir, I was trying to see this defect in this statue. A small scratch I could not see so closely. You are saying it's going to be put up in the 40 feet high. Who will see that? Why are you wasting your time? Such a foolish man you are. And the man looks at the girl and smiles and says, yes, lady, nobody sees it, but I see it. Excellence is an attitude, not a skill. If you want to be excellent, the artist could have done a patch-up work. Nobody would have noticed it. Great artists are not patch-up workers. We don't do patch-ups. After 5 days, 1 month, 2 months, the scratch may come back again. You are trained to be excellent, and excellence is an attitude, not a skill. Thank you.